Hey guys, D1 here, episode 3 of my podcast, www.dewanbayney.com. We've got Dalton here from Achieving Peak Potential. Hey Dalton, how's it going?
It's going good.
So this episode we're going to talk about something super important to basically anybody on the internet that is trying to make some money online, and that is their opt-in page or squeeze page. So basically we'll kick it off with the question, like, what is an opt-in page and what is the use of it? Ultimately, all the opt-in page its purpose is to gather emails of potential customers or leads down the road. That's it. That's its only purpose. But what the customer gets in return is some sort of added value. So they'll arrive at this landing page through some form of traffic, whether it might be like YouTube, it could be Twitter, it could be like a shared link, it could be a referral from somebody, or just hitting subscribe on a blog, for instance. They hit this landing page and there's some sort of offer. Now, this offer is going to offer immediate value to this customer in turn for their email address, and then us as the business owner can basically start a better relationship. Now, the reason why this is so important, quite honestly, over 90% of the people that hit your blog may never return again. And if you have no opportunity to kind of reach out to these customers in the future, you've basically lost that lead forever. So this is why it's so important for us to be capturing email addresses so that we can increase the length of the relationship. So both myself and Dalton have committed to a 0 to 100K challenge this year for our blogs. Dalton, again, is a coaching client of mine that we're building his business kind of in the forefront in front of everybody on YouTube. So Dalton, what I wanted to maybe ask you starting off is kind of what is the point of your blog again, just so that people are kind of catching up can get caught up, basically.
Okay, so it's achievingpeakpotential.com. So what I'm basically trying to do is give people the tools and the strategies necessary to take them from where they are now to where they want to go, whether that's in health and wellness, financially, passive income, online, whatever they want to do. I want to be able to basically be like a high performance coach, like give them the tools they need to whatever they're doing, whatever niche they're in, take them from where they want to go, where they are to wherever they want to go. This is essentially what my blog is
Perfect.
about.
So it's like a transformational blog then, is basically what it's going to be about. So on our previous coaching call, we talked about identifying specific problems. And Dalton has really decided to focus on the finances part of his blog first, as that's where he feels he can make the biggest impact. Dalton is already a 6-figure internet marketer, currently making anywhere from $8,000 to $11,000 a month in passive income. But Dalton, can you maybe describe your opt-in that you're looking at building right now?
Okay, so within the next month, probably a little bit less, I'm going to be launching my first product. It's going to be on Kindle Publishing, making passive income through Kindle Publishing. But I'll have more on that later. But what my opt-in is, I want to include the self-development aspect with the income aspect. Because when I'm trying to bring people in, I do want to get people to come in the door, so I throw the money out there. That obviously that's more of a grab than just being like, you can achieve whatever you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you do throw the money out there. So what I'm doing is an opt-in. My opt-in is basically going to be, wake up, it's 2015, here's my blueprint for making, and I'm putting my highest number I made, which was $11,238 in 1 month. Here's my blueprint for making that. Come and check it out. And then they just put their email in, and then I send them the blueprint in an email, and I use Aweber as my email autoresponder.
Perfect. So a lot more clarity from last week, which is amazing. Again, looking at the kind of general idea of self-development and peak potential and achievement, Dalton's really focused in on something that he knows that he can change a lot of people's lives very quickly. And again, Dalton is the real deal. He has been making a full-time income through Kindle, specifically generating passive income. And again, through our coaching call, we really both agree that this is the fastest way for him to get a message out there and change and really move the needle in people's lives as quick as possible. The nice thing about the opt-in, to kind of just break it down, it's a measurable goal and it's a measurable thing that he's actually giving them, which is really important. You know, $11,000, here's a blueprint. All I need is your email. It's direct, it's straight to the point. It's problem solution, which is huge for any opt-in. Too often we see general opt-ins. To be quite honest, my opt-in on my website right now is brutal. It's just a general overview of, hey, here's some motivation stuff if you want it. But the nice thing about where Dalton is currently is it's problem and then answer, basically. Hey, you want to learn how to make 11 grand passive income? Great. Here's a blueprint. Let me get your email address and let me give you some value for free, like no strings attached. Dalton is going to be leading up to other things, eventually his product, but anybody that is entering their email is going to get immediate value from Dalton. So that's great. I guess the other things, I'm just kind of going down my list here, creating a small win for them. So Dalton, in that course, or sorry, I should say that opt-in download, what type of small win are you going to be including in that? Like, what are they going to be able to achieve after reading this opt-in?
Well, hopefully what I'm aiming for them to be able to achieve is understand that anyone who gets the opt-in will understand that they can put a book onto Amazon.com. Like, that's something a lot of people don't know, that you can self-publish literally a book. In the next 24 hours, you could have your book online. And that, obviously, that's part of the way that I'm teaching them to make money. But just the fact that teaching them that they have that opportunity, that they can make that money, and also learning more about the process to lead up to actually scaling it up and making this a business, and then making that $11,000 a month.
Yeah,
I mean, anyone can do it. That's the magic of the Kindle publishing.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and it's so great you said it exactly. And this is a key point. I think too many opt-ins don't have a direct value add, and there's no measurable goal. Dalton's been very clear that what he wants somebody to achieve at the end of it is understand the entire business plan. They might not have the execution plan detail by detail and exactly how to do it, but they should be, by the end of it, be able to go through his PDF course that he's going to be offering for free and understand the entire business model beginning to end, and really realize that, yeah, there's a huge opportunity. And it is like, I didn't know about Kindle publishing until about 8 months ago. And same thing, like I publish all the time now because I think it's a super viable option.
Yeah, I met a ton of friends because of it. Like, me and Dewan met because of it. I met a ton of people just because this is like a community, actually, which if you guys get into it, you'll figure that out.
Yeah, it's
too.
an amazing community of creators, and it's why I'm so passionate about connecting with the guys in this industry. Kind of going down the list as well, it's an opportunity for Dalton to build trust, because quite honestly, people are going to land on his website. They're going to have no idea who he is. This is the truth. Like, really, nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about your products. It's true. Nobody care. All they care about ultimately is, can I get
what's
value?
in it for me?
Yeah, what's in it for me? And this is the truth. I mean, over time, we get the opportunity to build a long-term relationship with people that are following us. But at that immediate time, somebody lands on your webpage, you need to have some sort of offer to grab their attention and immediately give them some sort of value so that you can start that relationship. For the websites that don't have a clear opt-in there, you're leaving not only money, it's not even about the money, but you're just leaving the opportunity to start so many relationships on the table by not taking that first advance. And that's ultimately what that opt-in page is. It's like, hey, give me the opportunity to start a relationship with you by letting me add some value in your life.
Now, I remember when I was younger, I was like, if I get 10,000 views on my YouTube, I'm going to be rich. Like, yeah. That's not how it works, guys. It doesn't matter how many views you get, because they'll probably never see your face again, and nobody really cares.
Yeah.
So make them care by getting their email, and you can market to them whenever you have a new product or a new message, new post, and then they will start looking at your content and will start caring about what you have to say.
Yeah, exactly. Dalton, do you have anything else that you want to say about the opt-ins? I mean, it's a pretty...
Yeah. My question to you would be, what is the best way, I don't know if this would be in another segment, so maybe I'm pushing, but how to drive traffic to our opt-ins. So once we do have them up, how we want to drive traffic to them.
And I want to, I think I am going to cover the more nitty-gritty about it. But ultimately, the way that this business looks for any, info marketer or marketer in general is basically you've got some sort of traffic source. Okay. So whether that's YouTube, whether it's an iTunes podcast, you could be public speaking somewhere. It could be a Facebook ad. It could be anything. These are all traffic sources. Okay. These traffic sources then should be driving to your opt-in page. Once you capture the email, start a relationship with this potential prospect, customer relationship, whatever you want to call it, then you can ask for a sale later on. I don't want to really go too much further in terms of traffic generation, because quite honestly, there's 101 ways of doing it. I mean, there's free ways, there's blogging, there's podcasting, there's posting on forums, They're speaking at seminars for free. You know, there's tons of paid ways. I mean, you could buy Google AdWords, you know, Facebook ads, Twitter ads. So yeah, there's 100 different ways, but ultimately this business boils down to 3 sections. Basically, you've got your traffic generation side of things, you've got your opt-in side, and then you've got your sales funnel side. Basically, once a customer's become your lead, you build out a sales funnel, and that's where you start optimizing the value of that customer. But really, to get people into your opt-in side, you've really got to focus on adding value to people's lives early, pulling them in, build a relationship, build trust, add value, and then you can show them and refer them other products that are going to continue to add value in their lives.
There was one more thing that I wanted to say. Something that I did that was really stupid that I want the people viewing this podcast to avoid doing. Okay, so the opt-in, if you guys don't have one and you're listening to this, do that now, or you'll waste all. Like I had probably 2,000, 3,000 visitors to my site before I had an opt-in. Now I don't know what my conversion would be, but that could be like 200 emails that I didn't acquire because I didn't have a clear opt-in and something for them to come into. So if you don't have an opt-in, there's really no reason to have your site up, because in the end, that's what you're trying to do, is acquire customers and get people following you. Like that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and it's funny, and this is an interesting note on that. There are 7-figure, 8-figure businesses online right now that literally all their entire page is just a landing page. You know what I'm gonna really do here? Just give me a second. I don't know if this is gonna work well, but let me try.
This is just a test.
Yeah. Hey, this is what we do here. Let me see if I can share a screen here. No, it's probably not going to work. Okay, I'm going to leave it. I don't want to break Skype. What I'll do is I'll actually have a link to a opt-in page. I know everybody's seen it on the internet. I mean, it's pretty common. Basically, some sort of text or image, and then it's got a box where you enter in your email. It's pretty self-explanatory. And I lost my train of thought on what I was talking about prior, trying to show.
I think you're just saying the Just Squeeze pages as websites.
Yeah, right? I've seen websites that literally and I know they're 8-figure marketers because these are the guys, like top guys in the industry. They literally have no blogs. They have a 1-pager, and they drive a ton of traffic to it. They get a certain conversion ratio, and then they have a sales funnel. So if I could say there was one most important page on an entire website, it would be a clear opt-in page, and that's my honest truth. And that's why we kind of talked about in the previous segment in episode 1, find a niche, find a target market, find a problem for that target market. Now we're creating this opt-in page that solves a very specific problem, gives value, adds trust, so that we can start moving them through our sales funnel, start giving value, start building a relationship, and hopefully keeping them for a long time and accelerating their life.
Do we want to discuss what conversion ratio is? I mean, I don't want to assume anyone knows anything.
Yeah. So, and again, we'll go into a kind of more optimization side of things after. But yeah, I'm okay talking about conversion ratio. So ultimately, at some point, you're going to be getting a decent amount of traffic. Let's just call it 1,000 viewers a month or 1,000 visitors a month. What you'll be doing with your squeeze page or your opt-in page is you'll start making slight changes to figure out how to really improve the opt-in rate, because the more people that come into your sales funnel with a higher opt-in rate, the more money you're going to make. So, the same 1,000 people with a 30% versus 10% opt-in rate will increase your income by potentially 3 times. So yeah, I don't want to really get into the too advanced stuff. I want to kind of keep it a little bit streamlined and light. Yeah. There's always an opportunity for us to talk about at a later time, deeper topic. For those of you that haven't taken action yet and are kind of looking through these podcasts, just to review, find a niche, pick 10 niches, narrow it down to 1 where there's already competition, where you know that people can pay money for a solution, and they're already doing that in the market. Find a list of very specific problems, figure out what your target market is, so define that person, and then move to an opt-in. So basically you want to create some sort of downloadable PDF. It could be a video, it could be a worksheet, it could be a checklist, Put that up on your website, and in turn for giving them that valuable content, you're going to capture their email, which will then go into your autoresponder or email service, MailChimp. I think MailChimp is free. I personally use Aweber. I know Dalton uses Aweber as well. There's like GetResponse, and there's a ton of them. But basically, yeah, go through that niche process. Then we move to the opt-in. That way you have a viable business and you can actually start generating leads. Once you start generating leads, then you can look at potentially selling people. So Dalton, does that kind of cover the question about opt-ins today, or?
Yeah, I'm going to stop making you ramble on, because if I could make you talk all day.
Yeah. We've got the opportunity to talk about lots of other stuff, but again, so my website, dewanbayney.com. I'll have this podcast up there as well. If you're listening on iTunes, don't forget to leave a review. We really appreciate it. It helps out the podcast tons. Dalton's at achievingpeakpotential.com. And within the next week, both of us will have our websites looking good. Really looking forward to talking to you guys soon. Thanks so much. Dalton, thanks for stopping by as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, thanks, guys.
Peace.